pressure. She sacked him. A great bull rush by Chris Jones.
When it gets tough, you know, he's going to be there battle. Players appreciate it.
The Chiefs put the hammer down with a 34-yard touchdown pass. The 10, still not down. Oh, what a run out of this world. It falls up to 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Started the radio broadcast, I said, bring your squeegee, because in the history of this series going back to 1960, it's been real streaky. One team or the other seems to have the upper hand for a while, and the Chiefs get their 14th straight win. But this game was a microcosm of that streaky nature, because this game was streaky. Chiefs win at 34-28. Mitch Holthus with you, along with senior team reporter Matt McMullen. At 27-0 at 4:20 to go in the second quarter, you're thinking, all right, blowout time, but not to be.
Yeah, what did we talk about all week long? It's going to be a battle. We don't care what the Broncos' record is. We don't care what their stats are, what's going wrong for them this season. It's a division game. It's going to be a battle. And at one point in this game, we didn't think it was going to be a battle, 27-0, but then 21 unanswered points from the Broncos. A lot of credit to the Chiefs for holding on in this game. Things could have totally unraveled, but they held on and got the win. It wasn't pretty, but that doesn't matter. There's no style points in the NFL. All that matters is the win.
We also said on Field Pass, this Bronco defense is one of the best in the league, probably top 3, a playoff caliber defense. For the Chiefs to be as good as they were to start this game on 4 drives, field goal, touchdown, and then the amazing scoop pass by Mahomes to McKinnon for 56 yards. To get it done against this defense says something, to jump on top with that kind of production.
Yeah, let's talk about that touchdown for a minute, because can anyone else in the NFL or in the world pull off that play? I mean, absolutely incredible. There's a photo on Chiefs Social, I think, that shows Patrick Mahomes moving to one direction, the ball's falling out of his hand. That's a 56-yard touchdown pass. Just incredible what he's able to do. All the Broncos reporters here were in disbelief. I was looking at Twitter to see what they were saying. They're just like, come on, who is this guy? Looked like the left-handed pass from his time here several years ago.
Seems like something always happens in this stadium with Patrick Mahomes, where he made his debut back in the last game of 2017. We also need to mention Jerick McKinnon and, of course, Isaiah Pacheco. But McKinnon did a lot of yeoman's work in this game. That big one with the 56-yarder, but over 100 yards receiving by the veteran.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns in this game. He had 134 scrimmage yards in this one, 7 catches for 112 yards. Had a big catch on a screen on 3rd down as well. I call him the sneaky MVP of this team day in and day out, and we saw why here tonight.
He's also a sneaky MVP in this game. We'll get to that in a second, but let's talk defense here. And then we want to talk about the Pacheco run, which might be my favorite play of the whole season.
You were fired up.
I'm fired up, baby. You go back to listen to that all night. But let's talk about this defense. 6 sacks, 2 picks. We know that the Broncos' offensive line was chopped up, but everybody was getting a chance to eat. But Chris Jones was special in this game, and his hit on Brett Rippon late forced the second interception by L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah, it's important to remember, again, I get the Broncos offense has not had a lot of success this year, but it does not matter in the vacuum of one game when it's a divisional game. They are playing as if it's their Super Bowl here, right? This is so important to them to break the streak we have against them, and they're really going for it. And they had opportunities in this game, but 6 sacks by the Chiefs in this game. They shut the door. Juan Thornhill, Frank Clark, Mike Dana, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, and Darius Harris, and Brandon Williams, the newcomer, all had sacks in this game in big moments.
And the Chiefs, Travis Kelce, what a day for him. He broke the all-time yards after catch record in the history of the NFL for tight ends. He had 10,000 now. He's over 10,000 receiving yards. Only 5 tight ends have ever done that in the history of the league, but he's the fastest to do it by 37 games. And a 7th straight 1,000-yard receiving season. Travis Kelce has no equal. Don't bring anybody here to compare him, because he's unreal.
You cannot normalize what Travis Kelce is doing here in Kansas City. I feel like we're saying this every single week, right? But he is the greatest tight end in NFL history and one of the best pass catchers and receivers in NFL history. And we see it day in and day out here. Remarkable what he's doing here for the Chiefs at the ripe old age of, what, 33?
That's, you got it. And still continues to keep grinding away. I also want to say this, though, because there's a guy that's going to be forgotten in a lot of the discussions, and he might have been the biggest reason the Chiefs won the game. Tommy Townsend has led the National Football League in net punting all season long. A 75-yard punt that netted 55. A 61-yard punt that went out of bounds at the 5. And let's be honest, we're going to hear a lot of folks saying about, oh, Russell Wilson got knocked out by Frank Clark. He was in concussion protocol, and Brett Rippon had to play. But that punt that went out at the 5, with the Chiefs only leading by 6 points, was an enormous play in this game.
You think Tommy likes punting in Denver at the altitude? Here,
just wow, okay,
bombing it, right? But yeah, huge plays. Those are forgotten plays in this game because you never want to punt, right? That means the offense failed, but it's just going to happen every once in a while, especially against a great defense here in the Denver Broncos. Great play by him numerous times to boot some huge punts for the Chiefs and to give the defense an opportunity to get stops.
But the Chiefs get it 34-28, have to hang on to win it. Let's go to the podium now and hear some reaction.
All right, heck of a football game. These are the injury. I mean, really, we don't have anything, so we're good there. Great game. My hat goes off to Nathaniel and the job that he's done here. Those guys never gave up, down 27-0. You know, it's a tribute to the offense and defense playing hard. Second quarterback comes in. They still continue to play hard. I've got to give a couple shout-outs to Kelce, first of all. Had 10,000 career yards. He broke that tonight. And then 7 years of in a row of 1,000-yard games. So it's quite a tribute to him. And then, you know, just our defense. I thought our defense played hard, tremendous today, with the exception of, you know, a couple of the interceptions there. The defense was in a bad position, but short field. But I thought overall they really played hard and aggressive. And listen, McKinnon at 112 yards receiving, 2 TDs. Pacheco 70 yards, none bigger than that last one. Juju 9 catches for 74 yards. So and then. Pat, I know I'm going to be asked about that. Every quarterback that's played in this league a while has a game like that. The one great thing about him is he kept firing and had a lot of big plays. And so, you know, you can't take away the 3 interceptions, but there sure were some good ones in between those. And it's a great learning experience. But every great one's done and had that. So, you know, it's one of those deals, and we were able to work through. Nobody hung their head. Everybody kept battling, and we ended up finishing the game the right way. So, with that, time's yours.
What advice did you have for Pat?
Well, he'll see the tape, and he saw he knew where he goofed, but he'll go back and look at the tape once we have a chance to do that. You could see, you know, he's got good enough feel for the game where he knows what he did wrong there. But
You had that big lead in the second quarter, and you're still throwing the ball. Can you explain your thinking there, maybe why you weren't running the ball a little more at that point in the game?
yeah, so we were trying to mix it and keep the pedal down. You know, that's these games you got to stay on top of it, and so that's what we were doing. But we had a mix going there.
Right after that interception, Patrick finds Valdez-Scantling for a really good pickup, kind of iced the game. Just what do you like his composure after a big mistake like the one on the last drive? Just how's he able to get back into it?
Yeah, well, listen, he's a great player, first of all, and he's got a great attitude. So, and he's got good people around him, and he trusts the players. The one to Scantling was a big play. He actually checked to that route that Scantling ran, and was a play that we kind of narrow things down. If it comes down to the end of a game, what are your favorites? And that was one of his favorites, but it does have an alert on it where he had to call Scantling on that route. So, so anyways, his composure, he's great with it, and he'll learn. He'll learn from mistakes, which is not everybody does, but he will. Yeah, so we talk about that all the time. About hey, so you got a team down. This is a National Football League, so the margin between winning and losing is like this, and this team's had a bunch of games, 10 out of 12 games, where it was a one-score game. So you know that 27-0 lead, that might you got to stay on top of it, and that goes back to Adam's question. So you better stay on top of it, and you better put them away. And so we try to do that all the way around.
Any sense that the edge got lost a little in that big lead, or?
I don't think it was the edge. I just think the turnovers. That was pretty evident. That got us, but battled back through it.
It's a little lost in the shuffle all of a sudden, but I don't know that Patrick's 56-yard pass to
Yeah, that wasn't quite like it was drawn up. Listen, if he took and this is hard to say. I mean, it's hard for people to see that, but you take out the 3 interceptions, and he really had a heck of a game, from my eyes. And so that's where I'm at. But you can't obviously have the three turnovers.
On that play in particular, though, did you get a good look at how he?
I kind of saw it. Yeah, I kind of saw what was going on. It was on the other side of the field, but I got a pretty good idea of what he did there.
Andy, another AFC West championship if LA loses tonight. Anything stand out to you about this one?
Yeah, well, we don't have it yet. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to reserve that because that can be taken a few different ways. I'm going to just reserve that until it happens. I want to make sure we stay on top of it here, Adam. And if the Chargers happen to win, we've got to, we got to make sure we're right too. So.
Anything else?
All right. Thank you.
One of the great veterans on this team. He has been in this league for 9 seasons, Jerick McKinnon. Walk us through this crazy game, because up 27-0, looked like things were in hand.
We definitely knew our hands were going to be full coming to this game. That Bronco defense is, they're definitely, battle tested as well. So, when we up, the message was just keep going, keep pounding, and, things kind of got away from us, and they battled back, and we found ourselves in a close game, and we really had to buckle down, and, we were able to come away with the win, so that was a blessing.
I've said this about you a lot. To do what you have to do, first to protect, then to be a receiver, then you go on a route. Oh, wait a minute, Pat's running. No, he's not. Let's go to the scoop special here. Okay. And just that play personifies what you do. Walk us through that crazy play and what's in your mind.
Just checking protection and getting to my responsibility to the flat. Pat made an amazing play. I can't keep saying it enough. Once he gets out the pocket, I think that's when he definitely shows how special of a player he is. Does a great job of keeping his eyes downfield and making things happen. That's definitely what happened. The guys, they ran up like he was going to scramble, and then he made a crazy little sidearm pass upfield. I was able to get to it. Noah Gray had a great block downfield. He was able to come away with 6, so it's definitely a blessing to be part of a great play like that.
But tell us what it's like, because Patrick's also run. You made a great block to allow him to get a touchdown earlier this year. Are you a receiver? Are you a block? You got to be all of that on a single play. So, how do you prepare yourself for that?
Just studying, man. Everybody has a role on the team. The coach said that at the beginning of the year. Everybody has a role on the team. And, whatever your role is, you have to master it first, and then, the other opportunities will come. So, I've been a lot in on third down positions, blocking a lot. Definitely working with the O-line's been it's been amazing working with those guys. And, my number was called today more than it has in the past, and I was able to answer the call, and it was a great outcome.
One touchdown wasn't enough? You want another one?
I wanted to. I really tried to get 3 at the end.
Big Jet, man. It's the Big Jet checking in,
my
man.
little cousin, man.
The Jet took flight today, man. It's because I'm here. That's what it is.
I feel jet fuel, though. You got some fuel in it?
He got that fuel.
Who's the Jet? Which one's the Jet here? I hear lots of jets around here.
Jet. I'm more like the luxury jet.
Like the luxury jet.
Yeah.
I'm like the fighter jet, F-16 type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like the luxury one.
Fighter jet and the luxury jet. I love it. I'm going to ask you, though, about your dude in the running back room on 2nd and 10 for Pacheco to end it. What about that?
I mean, I can't say it enough. I told you the guy is special. He's a special kid, and he's been showing ever since the opportunities. He's been getting more and more opportunities. He's been showing how special he is, and that play on 2nd and 10 to seal the game is probably one of his best plays of the year so far to me. It showed his will, determination, and he was able to seal it out for us today. And he's been running the ball real well for us.
I've said this, your role as a Georgia Southern quarterback really helps you in this league, I think, your skill set. But as a veteran on this team, not only with your physical skills, but mentally and emotionally what you've been through, how big is your role with this team, not just in the RB room, but with the whole team?
Man, just trying to keep the energy. That's what I like to bring the energy, man, to make sure everybody's on the right page. Not too high, not too low, but right in the middle, and then, we're gonna amp it up from there. So I try to bring the energy, man, my work ethic. I try to make sure it's infectious on the guys, man, make sure we're all working together. And, it's a great team. It's a blessing to be part of this team, and we got to keep going.
There's a reason he wears number 1 on this team for a lot of reasons. Appreciate you, my friend. Jerick McKinnon here in Denver. Chiefs win at 34-28.
Does that sort of speak for the way this day went?
Yeah, I mean, just just three bad decisions. If you look at them, the first one probably could just took the easy throw to outside, try to force it to Kelce. The second one, I really was just trying to burn it, and he made a hell of a play. I was trying to just throw it away at someone's feet. And then the third one was it's bad, just because of the situation. We're in field goal range, especially here at altitude, and if I throw the ball away, no one's open, so just throw the ball away and let Harrison end the game. But luckily for me, the rest of the team stepped up. Defense made a lot of stops in critical moments when we were putting them in some bad situations. And I thought even like special teams, they made their field goals. Tommy flipped the field a couple of great times for us. And the guys around me stepped up and made some plays happen.
Go into that the first touchdown pass, the one with Jerick, didn't look like you were looking at him.
Yeah, that was I was committed to running, and then I saw I was probably gonna get hit like I did last week in Cincinnati, so I just kind of flicked it. I was just trying to get it to him whatever way possible, and I kind of just flicked it, and he made a great play after. Guys made some blocks downfield, and he scored a touchdown. So I got to just find that fine line of when I'm doing that type of stuff and it's good for us, and when I do stuff and when it's bad for us. And I think that's something that I continue to work on and to continue to get better at. Yeah, I mean, he tells me to keep throwing it, man, keep slinging it. He don't want me to lose who I am. I mean, I promise you, I'm knowing I'm messing up. Like when I go to the sideline, I'm hot, and those coaches come to me and they say like they understand I know, but they still let me know like what I can get better at. But I just can't put our team in that situation, and luckily we got the win. But you don't win a lot of games when you have 3 interceptions. Yeah, they were each unique. Just trying to force it when it's not there. I think that's the biggest thing. The first one to Kelce, he can't pull up. It's like the rule because the guy's underneath him. And I'm trying to pull him up in that window, and he's doing his role. And so then I lead him into the linebacker. It's just little things like that. It's just being a little too loose with the football. And I got to correct that because we're going to continue to play good teams, and we're trying to make a run in the playoffs. And I have to correct that and take all the good that I'm doing, and then take away that negative stuff because that's what loses you games in the playoffs.
Patrick, this is 15 straight divisional wins on the road. I just wondered what you enjoyed most about the particular challenge and what the challenge is like today versus the first game, the first quarter start.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I think it's really cool the stadiums that we get to go to and the fan bases. I mean, if you look at our division, I mean, the stadiums and the fan bases are top notch. So when you go, it's going to be loud. It's going to be at an awesome stadium, awesome venue, and you have to play your best football to win. And I did just enough today against a really good defense. I mean, they have a really good defense to win, and we focus on those teams all off season. We like the Denver, obviously, the Chargers, the Raiders, and we try to have a game plan for them, and we try to execute at a high level.
Patrick, when the interceptions happen, and it seems like not the first, but just did the second one, and they go and capitalize off of. Do you feel like there's any more pressure added on?
Luckily for us, we built a lead up there early. So even though we ended the half not the way we wanted to, especially me, obviously. But we had a little bit of lead going into half, so you kind of have like the glass half empty, half full. Like you got a 13-point lead. You would have took it when you got in there, but obviously didn't end with the momentum in our favor. But, I mean, I think with me is I'm not going to be scared to throw it. I mean, I'm gonna keep shooting. I think that's what it takes in order to win. You don't want to play scared and timid, and when you throw an interception, kind of shut down. And I think that's a worse way. You lose games that way. And so, luckily for me, I got guys in there that believe in me. Every guy was coming up to me and saying, "Keep firing it," and we did enough to win.
Couple more. 10-0 against the Broncos as a starter. Just between the altitude, the atmosphere, just how have you been able to consistently get wins here?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just have a good game plan coming in. Denver's always a great challenge for us. I think you see the record and you see 10-0, but if you look at the games, I mean, it's always a fight, a dog fight. I mean, you're going in there trying to battle. You're going to get their best effort, and it's something that we focus on in the offseason, try to just focus on winning games. But luckily for us, it's kind of went our way, and so we'll try to keep that going.
We'll go Herbie, Adam, and Vi.
Hey, Patrick, in the second half, the Broncos sitting there fighting. The momentum is sort of going back and forth there. On defense, Brandon Williams, Darius Harris sacked. The next play, Frank Clark is sacked. How big was that to put the momentum back in your favor?
It was huge. I mean, they came out of the half and they hit a screenplay for, 70 yards for a touchdown, even though I thought the defense was playing good. They called the perfect play versus the perfect blitz. And that happens. That's why everybody's NFL caliber players and coaches. And so for them to respond, and then we go 3 and out quick, and the defense go right back on the field. Tommy flips the field, then we go right back on the field and gets a stop. That gave us a chance to get that touchdown drive there at the end of the third quarter. So the defense, like I said, that guy stepped up. I mean, I didn't play my best football, especially at certain points in the game. But guys stepped up around me so that we won as a team.
Patrick, another AFC West championship. If LA loses tonight, if not, you'll probably get it next week. Anything stand out to you about this one?
Yeah, I mean, our goal is just to continue to get better each and every week. We go into every season and we say we want to win the AFC West, we want to get home field in the playoffs, and we want to win a Super Bowl. And so hopefully we continue. I mean, we haven't done it yet. We win the AFC West. That's our first goal. And it's special. I think guys, I want to make sure guys remember that. It's special winning divisions. And so win the AFC West, and then our next goal is to try to establish home field advantage, and that's going to take us playing great football week in and week out. And then we try to win the Super Bowl, and that takes building. It takes, you're not going to play your best football every week, but how can you build on your past week and the rest of the season to make sure you're playing your best football when the playoffs come around?
Last one, Patrick, I wonder if when you get a big lead, if it's any kind of challenge to not stay as into the game, but I mean to stay as focused in that way. I just wonder if it's human nature it's harder to do.
It shouldn't be. I mean, when you get a big lead, you should try to press and keep getting better and better. But seems like with me, I like to be down before I play good. So I'm going to try to change that around and make sure I play good all the time.
All right, thank you. Travis, how do you process that game?
Man, fast start. Just got to be able to keep, finding ways to get first downs and keep putting up points there through the end of the half there, and then the start of the second half. A lot of stuff to clean up on the offensive side, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about a divisional win up here in Denver, man. It's always a tough game.
Travis, you passed a couple of statistical milestones today. Does this mean anything or much to you?
Honestly, right now the win means more than any of those stats. Everybody's kind of been talking about me getting those stats at some point this year, so I mean it was on everybody's radar. But to come up here and get a win and be a part of the crowd that is the 10,000 crew, and Gates, Witten, Gonzalez, who am I forgetting here? Shannon Sharp, man, the Bronco himself, man, the main guy I was chasing today. Yeah, I mean, obviously all those guys are. That's unbelievable company to be in, and I've been very fortunate that I've had the coaches and the players around me to be able to have as much success in the NFL as I had.
Travis, if my memory's correct, you've been a part of Patrick on 14 of these 15 divisional wins. I know Patrick is excellent most days, but what makes him exceptional when on the road, when the opponent knows who you are?
Yeah, I mean, even more so towards the end of the season when a lot of guys or a lot of teams. Scheme becomes even more important. And sometimes it's just, the other team got us, or, they're good defense. So they got us on a few, but it's the play after the play that I like to call kind of the extended play that makes Pat Mahomes the best quarterback in the National Football League. Even when you think you got us, we still got 1-5 back there making plays, and the wide receiver corps, the offensive line to be able to understand that this play might get extended, or when a play does get extended, we're capable of not only moving the ball downfield but getting big plays out of it.
On that same note there, what was your reaction to Mahomes' low look, what do you want to call that, flip to Jerick McKinnon?
I was in a position to block, so all I could think of was, man, let me get this last block so Jet can get in the end zone. But that kind of stuff, I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't amaze me, but at this point it's almost expected that he's going to do something magical out there.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
All right now.
So the Chiefs get a victory over the Denver Broncos, their 14th straight. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I want to start this segment as we close it with Isaiah Pacheco's run. 2nd down and 10. The Chiefs now can only run 128 off the clock. The Broncos down 6, could get the ball back. And Pacheco ends it with the best 11-yard run you'll ever want to see in the Chiefs' kingdom, bringing back the ghosts of, I don't know, Christian Okoye running over Steve Atwater.
The most impressive plays are the ones that you can pull off when everyone knows it's coming, right? 2nd and 10. Everyone in Denver knows that Isaiah Pacheco is getting the football there on 2nd and 10. What's he do? He gets a first down and ends this game with an 11-yard run. Broke like 5 tackles on that run. He didn't want to punt and play defense. He's like, let's end it right here. It was awesome.
No, he wanted kneel downs, and that's what he got. The 14th straight victory over the Broncos. We're going to see him again in 3 weeks. 14 straight. That ties for the 4th longest in NFL history by one team over another team. Let's just take it right there in what that streak means.
So I was at the game as a fan in 2015 on Thursday Night Football against the Broncos. The last time we lost to these guys, right, when Jamal Charles fumbled. We have not lost
9 seconds
since
to
then.
go in regulation.
I've since attended college, I've gotten married, I've bought a house, and now I'm working for the Chiefs with you. And the Chiefs have won all these games.
Ever.
Yeah, and the Chiefs have won all these games in a row against the Broncos. It's just an amazing thing. And to beat this team over and over is beautiful after they beat us a whole bunch of times in the time before that. Now Patrick Mahomes is 15-0 on the road against divisional opponents to begin his career. I mean, that's just crazy. And Mahomes is now 9-0 against the Denver Broncos. Love the sound of all of that.
Andy Reid, his 17th 10-win season. That is 3rd in NFL history behind only Bill Belichick and Don Shula, 8 straight. That is tied for 2nd in NFL history, only behind Bill Belichick and tied with George Seifert. Those 8 straight 10-win seasons have all come as head coach of the Chiefs Kingdom.
And again, we cannot normalize this, right? The NFL is built on parity. This isn't supposed to happen. There's supposed to be up years and down years for every team, so everyone is interested. But Coach Reid, just every year, we know we have a chance to win the Super Bowl, and we know we have a chance to win this division. It's just an amazing time right now to be a Chiefs fan. It's the golden era of Chiefs football, and Coach Reid is the main reason why.
It's not just 10 years, it's tonight. Now, as we close this edition of Chiefs Rewind, a victorious edition, a hard-fought Isaiah Pacheco 11-yard run edition of the show. By the time you put your head on a pillow tonight, Chiefs Kingdom, you could be an AFC West champion for the 7th consecutive time. That would tie, get this one, for 2nd in NFL history in division dominance, behind only the Patriots' run in the AFC East. Go Miami.
Think about this. 7 consecutive division titles. And considering how everyone else in the AFC West loaded up this offseason, right, getting all these primetime players, hey, the Chiefs are going to finish in 4th place in the AFC West, right? Well, no, we're just one Chargers loss away now from securing a 7th consecutive division title. Go Dolphins here tonight and enjoy this Chiefs Kingdom.
We need Mike Gesicki to catch a touchdown. We might bring Brian Fitzpatrick back. Might set Tua down for a play and have Gesicki catch a touchdown. But you could, again, be a division champion by the time you go to tonight, Chiefs Kingdom. Here, the Chiefs did their business. They won a 10th game. They beat the Broncos 34-28. For senior team reporter Matt McMullen, I'm Mitch Holthus, voice of the Chiefs. 14 straight of the Broncos, if you're keeping track, Kingdom. And now get ready for the Houston Texans.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by Community America Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.